And I'm so happy for her to get the $28 flipping million.
Caitlin Clark recently revealed some crazy contract information, and it's secure too. For example, the Indiana Fever and all. The WNBA is genuinely shocked, and it's time for someone to call out the gymnastics league on their budget.
Officials, corporate, private equity, everybody like, how do I get into the WNBA and how do I invest, and can I have an expansion team, or can I invest in a current team?
Squad while acquiring her next. The whispers were that 4-year contract. 20% pay cuts had been made due. The league reportedly couldn't afford to pay up after the rookie in 2024 season made the WNBA famous, such as never before.
When we look at player salaries, people wonder, why are NBA player salaries 100 times higher than WNBA salaries? Because the TV money was 100 times higher in the NBA than it was in the WNBA.
Caitlin was aware of her value and wasn't ready to accept less. So she did what any respectable person would do. Would a superstar demand a contract? Revision with increased compensation and benefits to equal her influence.
Part of you and what you've done on the court. But what you've done on the court has far exceeded what you've done in our community and around this country and getting little girls excited about playing basketball. But no place has it been better and felt more than at the University of Iowa Children's Hospital. So here today, I just want to let you know, you are the AP National Player of the Year.
And yes, it was undoubtedly dangerous, as once one player get a better bargain, the others will follow. Yet a loss was too costly for the league. So they folded. But what is this exactly? Agreement that changes the game, and how are the others? Of the athletes, particularly Angel Reese and other figures are managing it. Now, let's go into the juicy specifics.
I'm done with my first professional season and so much has happened. And
so without adding unnecessary drama or fluff, let's discuss the number. The 4-year agreement Caitlin Clark signed with the value of the WNBA is astounding. $338,500. For 2025 alone, she's making $6,535. 78. To this clause is more than just a clever one. The Feed has locked, which is a power move, bringing down their franchise star to make sure they maintain stability while, if things go wrong, they have options. Caitlin's journey indicates that she is not only another participant, she is the foundation of their. You don't see this every day in the future. Degree of dedication for a novice, but the Fever is obviously aware of what they have, a generational talent that is valuable in every way. But the drama must not be overlooked. Behind the scenes during the creation of Caitlin New Deal, news the WNBA was out here cutting salaries across the board, claiming monetary difficulties that the league may have. Caitlin wasn't pinching pennies, but she's aware that she's not just any novice.
So I was like, oh, what's she gonna get paid? Because finally, you can get a real paycheck. And then I saw it, and I was like, this can't be right, because this is what it is. In the first year, Caitlin Clark will earn $76,535.
The WNBA's since her arrival. Her games have exploded due to her popularity. Diana Arenas, her highlights dominate. Her jersey sales and social media are off the charts. Therefore, the league made an attempt to Caitlin to pull the "we're broke" card, demanded what she wanted by calling their bluff. They got what they deserved, and guess what? Was a stand that went beyond money. Caitlin wasn't going to, for the sake of justice, allow the league to treat her poorly or undervalue her, as if her daring didn't matter. Compelled the WNBA to pay attention, and, whereas other participants might not have, Caitlin's move, with the same leverage, set a precedent since the initial draft. Overall in April by the Indiana Fever, she hasn't merely created waves since 15th, 2024. She has made the league a complete and utter cultural phenomenon, and it is not simply hype the numbers speak for. Yellow fever merchandise sales up by an absurd 57% because her signing was revealed her jersey on April 27th. League's best-selling item for 2 consecutive years, selling legends like AA for months. Jack and Wilson's young Caitlin isn't only shattering records, she's pulling the WNBA as a whole into a new age.
Effect, we now have people wanting to watch golf because of her. We saw the kind of offer that Ice Cube made to Caitlin to play in the Big Three. That is $5 million to play 3 months.
Now, let's discuss viewership games. With Caitlin observed a 35% increase in ratings in relation to comparable games in May 2023, the Fever's first game. In 2024, 1.3 million people watched it. ESPN's greatest ever rate for a regular season game. That's beneficial for Caitlin. That's revolutionary for the whole league sponsors like as Nike, and money is being thrown at the WNBA by Gatorade, doubling their financial commitments due to she is more than just a player. She is a ambulatory billboard for women's basketball's potential and its influence. The presence of Caitlin doesn't end there. Has improved her comrades in some respects. Nalissa and other players were not anticipated. Kelsey Mitchell and Smith's social media audiences have skyrocketed. Endorsement agreements are coming in, and they're receiving chances that would not have been possible a year ago. Caitlin isn't merely taking up all the attention. Everyone is being drawn in by her, demonstrating what occurs when a real leader appears in court.
3.4 million people watched the WNBA All-Star Game. That was a reported 300% increase, and that's via Women's Hoops Network from 2023. So the game is definitely picking up attention, and we know Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are a big part of that, but also the current stars who have been...
Let's not disregard her social media craze, caused by Caitlin's 30-point decline on the June 2024 Las Vegas Aces matchup. The Caitlin effect hashtag trended for almost a day in a single tweet with only 10 words on how she helped someone become a WNBA player. Accumulated more than 250,000 likes in her 50-plus viral TikToks in a 24-hour period. Millions of people have seen her, and no glance goes by. Absurd. Caitlin Clark's three-point shooting isn't merely she is in control of the court. The internet attracting casual admirers by the millions, followed by that historic 4-year contract, $338,500 lodging that isn't crowded. She flies in economy seats for her comfort so she can give her best effort. This is about more than luxury. Outcomes. The Fever also encircled her with elite trainers, dietitians, and coaches for mental performance who are solely concentrated on her growth. This has never happened in the WNBA, where typically resources are shared. However, for the Fever really set in for Caitlin because they are aware that she is not a mere novice. She is the future, and comprehensive assistance has been a share. Caitlin, a gamer, has access to 247 recovery with mindfulness coaching experts and all the tools she could perhaps have to remain on top of her. Most novices are left to figure out the game. This information independently, but not. Caitlin's agreement establishes a new benchmark for how clubs ought to spend money on their players, demonstrating that success involves more than just the statistics are about the individual who them. When contrasting her offer with the difference between the typical rookie contract is startlingly, the majority of rookies make $74.35 a year with minimal benefits. Caitlin's not only is the contract superior, it's revolutionary because it shows how valuable she is, not as a participant, but also as the spokesperson for the franchise, the league, as well as possibly the sport itself. And this is the really amazing part. Already, Caitlin's contract is igniting. Alter the agents of other players, and even rivals are taking notice, advocating for comparable words in their contracts. So it's not only a victory for Caitlin, there is a change in the way women's She is valued and supervised in basketball. Contracts aren't one-time events. They're a roadmap for the possibilities.
Released the All-Star rosters on Tuesday. Both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese made the 12-women roster that will be taking on Team USA in Phoenix later this month. So the impact of both rookies cannot be overstated.
Given that Caitlin signed her Fever Games April 27, 2024 contract, become the most sought-after residents in town. Attendance at games increased by a astounding 41% in comparison to the 5 consecutive seasons prior to this one. May sellouts by themselves are a franchise first, and this isn't merely an increase in the numbers. Crowds in crowded arenas result in noisier fans, enthusiasm, and a home court edge that helps each and every team member. Thus, it's possible that some players will consider her prestigious deal, but they're also enjoying the benefits of performing in front of packed houses, and it continues. There are sponsors spouting cash at the Fever as though they were the sole squad in the league. Gatorade, Coca-Cola, and Nike have all increased their Nike investment, even simply writing Caitlin's name into their agreement to extend their collaboration in June. The sponsorship funds don't expire in 2024. Simply purchase upscale logos for their jerseys. Finance better facilities and training initiatives and assets that the whole team had fun. So if anyone is upset regarding Caitlin's benefits, they may choose to examine the newly renovated locker rooms and later thank her. With athletes such as Angel Reese, we're envious of her merely for this reason. The explanation why Caitlin's jersey sales just destroyed records in a span of 2 weeks was the best-selling item in League Fever. Branded merchandise is selling out quickly, 63% more quickly than in 2023. This goes beyond Caitlin's. The topic of personal brand is Fever, changing to become a marketable. Every player gains from powerhouse when the group is making money, even if it's Caitlin who attracts the attention. And let's not overlook the larger picture. The WNBA has fought for years to significance in the context of sports controlled by men are what propel any league's growth. LeBron James's star power transformed the NBA. Become a worldwide powerhouse, Serena Williams brought tennis to new heights. That's Caitlin Clark for the her marketability in the WNBA doesn't simply increase. Without play, it improves the league. She makes headlines for athletes, selling out of games and signing innovative deals that the WNBA is at risk of become mired in the same old pattern.
She'll be the biggest female star ever because she can pull up from the parking lot.
She is a killer. She is stone cold.
Caitlin, man, she's a phenomenon.
She's the best female collegiate player ever.
Caitlin Clark is capable of magical things.
This is the truth of each moment of transformation. History of sports has its. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird are stars. Brought the NBA back to life. Serena redesigned the meaning of dominating in tennis. For the WNBA, Caitlin Clark is accomplishing that. Critics can complain about equality for all teams they desire, but the truth doesn't deceive her. Her team's league is being raised by the contract, as well as the whole sport, to heights they've never before seen. Caitlin is more than just a player. She serves as the model for the future of the NBA, and, to be honest, the criticism ought to express gratitude to her.